Because perfect doesn't look perfect. Is there any chance that by making this Bodie perfect, that when it's all done, it's going to look, it doesn't have that same look to it? Is some of the imperfections make it look perfect? Just ask.
Well, that's why I'm going to leave that fender a little crooked over there.
Well, but I said, I remember somebody told me that the Parthenon is not, it's actually visually.
No, it's very true. It's very true. Like when we originally looked at this car, nobody noticed that the hood did a banana and it went up. The line literally did a U on this car.
By choice?
The way that they made it. And it was the way that they set the grill back. So we started looking at it and started measuring, and we're like, what the heck did that hood, we started placing the hood and the grill after we fixed the front fenders and everything. And we were like, what's going on here with the hood? And so we started looking at pictures. I took lots of pictures when it got here. And sure enough, the hood went up. So to fix that, it still has that slight look, but we brought the grill back just enough, and I think we literally enhance it. Is it perfect? No. But when you step back, you're going to say something's, that line goes like that, but it's so right on the car.
We haven't even started.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. We haven't even started on the interior yet. That's even more fun. All the details on that have nothing to do with performance anyway.
Yeah.
That's all I'm thinking about now. Is door handles, interior, seat position, so it drives, steering wheel, controls. Oh, yeah. You got to stop.
What are you thinking for door handles?
It's got to have door handles. I was thinking of the old school. No, I don't know that solenoid stuff. I don't like that stuff. But I've told him how these things feel when it clicks.
Click. Yeah.
That's, man. We've done so many cars where it was never meant to be perfect, you know. But I like anything you touch, feel, or hit should be shut, and all this stuff should be high-end stuff. That's what. Anytime you feel stuff, gear shift, seat position, mirrors. But you know, technically, you don't have any room for. When we're using some tech in there that's all new, that rear view mirror stuff. I won't give all this stuff away, but a lot of the stuff is. I don't know if it even works. As I look at the windshield. Where's that going to go? That's got to go up into the...
It will actually work, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah?
But that's kind of the hard part of the word custom, is you have to massage it until it looks,
yeah, but we're doing stuff on the fly. This is not Ford Motor Company that figured this stuff out, tried it, that didn't work, and they gave it to do it over and over again.
It's him and I. Yeah. And we're sitting there going...
Yeah, that'll work.
So are we going to lunch today, or what are we doing today? And then we go to lunch. We end up talking about a bunch of other crap.
Well, it's not.
And then we go, okay, where were we? What are we doing here?
Done. I'm going to get this thing. What else you got, Kate?
Well, I just want to stop do either of you have questions for each other or comments for each other?
No,
what I was going to ask is when will you go into lunch?
That's all. And also I'm more shocked at this mock-up. I love it. I'm so really excited about getting the details of this engine. I'm just so excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all this stuff aside. Is trying to figure out whether it works. You know.
Who cares as long as it looks good? You said it yourself. You're never going to drive it. You okay? Give the guy
God knows
water.
what. Who knows what's in this place, huh?
Well, I just filled that up this morning.
Christ, that's gasoline. But this is just too much fun.
It's gonna fall.
I know.
Yeah.
It's gonna fall.
But it's a GoPro or a Sony or something.
And that is why you are in front of the camera. And not behind.
I like part of it.
So speaking of the bumper, the last time I spoke to either one of you separately, you both had a different idea.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This is where
I think it's
causes
beefier.
a fight.
I want much beefier than he has. He has a thin, beautiful. But I'm having trouble with this now. This doesn't. You can't. This distance is too much. And then if the bumper's this big, it cuts across the grill. If it gets too low, he says there's no mount for it. We got to.
One at a time. How do you both think the bumper should be?
I like the original look of a bumper. I love the original bumper. Right. So my thoughts are if we can get the original bumper look,
Right.
change it so it fits to the front of the car and what we've created here. You know what I mean? But there's something about original with this car that I see.
Right. And I'm kind of with them. We've seen some depictions that they're just too thin, and it just didn't match. I think it's got to be beefier and maybe scalloped. Maybe there's a shape in the bumper. I haven't thrown that at you yet, but I think it's got to be here. It's got to cut this distance. There's too much here, and we're back. Huh?
What?
Go on.
What?
I said surprise.
Yeah. You haven't told me that yet.
Oh, I haven't?
No. That's what you just said.
Maybe we should do this. We practice this shit at home, and we don't need to bring it out and get this very uncomfortable. We should practice this stuff at home, and don't do this to me here. Such a weird little camera.
What?
I didn't tell him that. No.
No,
No, that's what you just said.
What?
You said that you didn't tell me yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So I haven't told him yet.
Yeah.
No,
That's cool. But I know now.
Yeah, you do
Because
know
you
now.
just told me.
Right.
You just told me. We got it on
Bumpers,
camera,
it's details. It's that I haven't finished yet. I got to get further along in the process. Right now, what we're struggling with is, what I'm struggling with is engine management system, motors. Does that work out technically?
I think it's going to start moving a lot faster now. We have really solid measurements. We have a really solid plan moving forward. We've already done all the measuring we can on this car. We know where we're moving forward with on the suspension, where we're putting the motor location, the batteries. You're going to start seeing the compartments come together, and it's going to start going together really nicely. One thing that you are going to have to decide on is headlights.
I said I think they got to be that attached to the body. I think is 50s.
Yeah.
They got to be where they are mounted up here. I think they got to be almost vintage looking.
Yeah.
To bring the whole thing back, to attach the door handles are going to be those little filigree door handles.
Mm-hmm.
Is there such a word as filigree? It's engraving. What does filigree mean?
Filigree.
I don't even know what that means.
Sounds like a dog food.
It does. What does filigree means? The same thing?
Filigree means like
Engraved.
engraved.
Yeah.
But it means like very
Like all of a sudden I'm.
loopy
Yeah.
and
So
very,
I'm like
very
No, that's cool.
I'm like a French priest. Like all of a sudden filigree.
Yeah.
I'm just so stunned at the picture on this thing. Although who can see this?
Can you see a picture in
Well,
it?
look at it. So
Oh my
how
God.
small it is. But I don't even know if it's still working. Is it? I probably.
Well-
no, it freaking. Oh, the light. I think the
Was
light
on.
has to be on when it's working.
I thought
right?
it was on.
It was.
It was on. And then you did something.
Turned it off. We'll wait and see. We're playing with technology, which I just find all this stuff fascinating. But
too.
part of it's going to have in the car itself too. Anyway, what else you got?
And as far as, do you know what you want for interior?
Yes.
He
I know what I
sees
want in my
exactly
head,
what
but
he
I told him I've done this never before. We're going to try it again. Box it. Set on a box with a bunch of seat cushions, and then you go, yeah, this is perfect. Because this is a challenge because you're so low in the thing, and I want to sit here, but you sit up here and you hit your head. You got to figure out how the rearview mirror is going to fit into this whole situation. So you got to sit in there and start messing around with seat position and then measure it with a piece of tape. Then everything's got to mimic that. But steering column can't bend, but I guess you could have a tilt on it.
Yeah.
No, all this, I like it. I'd like it.
you sat in it before we pulled it apart.
Right.
I did too. I'm 6'6". You're
Right.
6'1",
Well, I'm
whatever.
6'6" too.
You're
Just,
6'6"
It looks
too.
different here.
So you're 6'2",
Yeah.
or
You're 6'6", I'm 6'5".
okay, yeah.
But metric.
Anyways, you're still tall.
Canadian.
You're taller than the average guy. So
Yeah.
You fit really well.
Bigger,
yeah.
huge,
yeah,
giant,
huge. Guns,
well built,
whoa.
gigantic
Yeah,
person.
and you were really fitting in there.
I want it all manual. But old school, Bakelite. I'm going that direction. Don't know what that means anymore because I don't even make it. It's probably illegal. It's probably made of formaldehyde. But I'm looking at maybe wools and fabrics instead of leather. I'm just
Nice and hot.
never thought about that. Because never thought about air conditioning. Can you do air conditioning?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, we can.
So it'll be air conditioning. How do they do that on electric?
Electric air conditioning.
Sure.
Is it not normally electric air conditioning in a
I don't know what he's talking about. He's
Isn't it powered by the battery?
Do you smell alcohol?
Yeah.
I smell alcohol. Electric air conditioning? How do you turn electricity? But he would know better than me. How do you do that?
You can put an air
Yeah,
system
sure it is.
on
Uh-huh.
here.
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What else you got?
That's all I got, unless there's anything that you
No,
wanna
we'll
add.
come back and do it again. I want to see if all
that
this
was
shit.
fun. I can't wait for
Yeah.
the next segment.
Well, I really am excited about getting interior. I just, that whole part, and once those show up, if I can get a dyno and have it sitting there with her off of this stuff, is this off?
Nope, not yet.
Well, like I said,
Is,
it'll start moving now with all the because we know where everything's going.